Hey, Tay here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel. It's Friday and many things happened in VR this week, and of course, we're here to talk about it. So let's buckle up and let's go fast because this week, well, it's full of interesting stuff. Let's get into it. Alright, so I promised that I was going to keep you updated on the PSVR 2 situation working on PC, and here we are already with another update because the Ivory developer who is developing the app that made the PSVR 1 work on PC and now is making the PSVR 2 work on PC as well, was able to unlock completely the tracking of the headset. So that means that didn't need anymore some third-party accessories or other headsets completely, like we talked about it in the latest video. The particular thing about the PSVR 2 tracking is that it works completely in headset, so it just had to figure out how to read the code coming from the headset and use it on the PC. Guess what? As we said, it made it. It's still early days, but nevertheless a big milestone. We just need now controllers tracking, eye tracking, HDR, and we're set, I guess. So as always, I'll keep you updated as things get even further in development. But of course, I'm gonna leave the link in the description below to the driver so you can support him, as we said in the latest videos. But hey, about trying other headset experiences on a different headset right now, thanks to some crazy developers, you're able to use the VisionOS running on the Quest Pro with the help of the PC, of course. And no, this is not a reproduction of the menu and just to try some features or something. It's actually VisionOS meant for developers running on the Quest Pro. So if you're a dev, you're able to get in there and see how your apps look in an environment. Right now, of course, again, it's very early days, so we can just look around the room and it's still very laggy and buggy. There's no controller support, eye gaze support, or pass-through support. But if you're curious, something you can do directly with a guide on GitHub. It's pretty complicated, but you can get there as well. But hey, right now, if you want to interact with mouse and keyboard and, be able to see what you're actually developing for, this is a great option to have. I mean, the VR community is really the best hacking stuff. We can always get to something because like big companies don't give a frick about us. So yeah, all this stuff always have my full support and I love sharing them with you, of course. Oh, and about the hacking stuff, PrayDog, they're still working on the Unreal Engine conversion to make all Unreal Engine game running in VR. Now was able to unlock 60 OF tracking and full room scale tracking in pretty much every Unreal Engine game. And in this video you can see him playing System Shock with full room scale tracking. Of course, seems a habit of this video, the fact that we don't have controller support, but you're gonna use your controller or mouse and keyboard. Again, I'm actually playing System Shock lately, and it's pretty cool. But after knowing this, I'm gonna pause completely my playthrough because I really wanna play in VR. Just having the awareness and immersion of being in there, it's something else. Yeah, you guys know about it. But now let's get to the big stuff, because Meta is starting to release v56 on the PTC public test channel for the Oculus Quest 2, Meta Quest 2, and the Meta Quest Pro. Now, we don't have all the information about this new update just yet, but the three major things are actually a toggle, finally, for local dimming. So that means that on the Quest Pro, every application is gonna run with local dimming, so using the full array of mini LEDs for the screen, unless of course the dev uses the toggle to actually switch it off. So in that case, they're not going to be able to use it. In the direct touch menu, the one that you can touch directly, Minority Report style, you can actually now have multitasking as well, having 3 different windows side by side. I think the orientation is a bit odd. They should let us just move these windows around in space, but I guess it's a start for now. And another cool feature is actually the swipe typing. So you're able to swipe on the keyboard directly instead of clicking on every single letter. And of course, the autocorrect is gonna help you to write what you wanna write. It's something that I use personally on the phone all the time when I use just one hand. So it's great to see it arriving in VR. And to be honest, it's pretty cool. But the biggest meta update is actually not tied to the v56, but it's something completely different, and is the super resolution support. Now, we saw it already on virtual desktop, and this is a technique very similar to the AMD FSR. So instead of using anti-aliasing to actually upscale the image that gets a bit blurry, let's be honest, it uses the color data to have a much crisper image. This thing is actually supported by Qualcomm directly, and the results are pretty good. This is again something that developers has to enable on their games, so it's not gonna be for every game out there, but it's very interesting to see this then in conjunction with dynamic resolution, in conjunction with the fact that we just had a big boost in CPU and GPU performance for the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro. So I think they're gonna start to see games with much better visuals and much crisper than what we had before. Clearly the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro don't really want to get old. And also these features are gonna be of course supported by the Quest 3 as well. That is gonna go even further than that. Very exciting stuff ahead also for future games. And about future games, we have a big game coming with over 66 million users already, and of course we're talking about ROBLOX, that is gonna arrive on APPLab directly from ROBLOX, of course, on the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro, and in the future on the Quest 3 as well. The cool thing about this one is gonna have cross-platform compatibility, so that means that you can create words and use them in VR as well. The same that you use on Xbox, on PC, on phone, whatever, everything. That dude is... Now, while many of you might not be super interested in Roblox, just bear in mind that Roblox also have a big community behind creating like games inside Roblox itself, and the graphics are not just a very blocky Lego style thing. I mean, there are already some projects using PSVR that look absolutely fantastic, and can't wait to see them arriving also to our standalone platform. At the beginning, of course, it's gonna be an open beta, as we said, on APPLab, and then later it's gonna arrive directly on the store. But yeah, be ready to download it over there. And this is the last thing for today. I know it was a lot, but because we're talking about APPLab, PICO is actually opening their own APPLab for PICO Store, of course, to try to gather as many developers as possible. If you don't know, APPLab, by the way, is like a, let's say, a parallel store to the official store where you can still sell games, you can still like distribute your games, but you're not gonna have all the marketing behind, and it's not gonna be as easy to get over there. On Quest, for example, there are many repositories that you can access directly from the browser, and I think that the same thing is gonna be for PICO, where instead you're gonna be able to install directly your APKs. And that's pretty much it. Easy and done. But hey, here we have it. This was a lot of stuff, and this was this week in VR. It was pretty crazy indeed. And if you're wondering, by the way, about my Pimax Crystal reviews, well, I had some problems. Mine wasn't working at all. I had to send it back, and they sent another one, so I just received it. And now, hopefully, I'm gonna be able to try it and have it work. Of course, I'll keep you updated on that as well. But anyway, guys, if you like this kind of video, please let me know also in the comments below. And as always, if you like, if you dislike, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech, and I see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.